Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a genuinely fascinating and honestly hotly debated perspective on cardiovascular health. We're going to be unpacking the specific claims and methodology laid out by cardiologist Dr. Jack Wolfson. And we're tackling a massive question: what actually happens to a patient when they stop taking statin medications? This explainer is going to walk you right through his unique philosophy on cholesterol, pharmaceutical interventions, and his blueprint for achieving true longevity naturally.
Okay, let's dive into this. Statins are among the most prescribed medications on the entire planet. So asking what happens when you quit them cold turkey, well, that immediately introduces some pretty high stakes. According to the source material we're looking at today, Dr. Wolfson tackles this exact physiological response head-on. He totally acknowledges the biological reality of stopping this medication, but he actually uses it as the starting line for a completely different approach to your heart health.
Section 1. When you stop statins. So the very first thing Dr. Wolfson points out is basically a biological guarantee. If you stop taking a statin drug cold turkey, your total cholesterol numbers will go up. That's the immediate, totally expected physical reaction. Think about it. When you pull away a medication that's specifically designed to suppress cholesterol production, your liver just resumes its natural manufacturing process. The biological factory line starts right back up, so those numbers, they are absolutely going to rise. But here is where Dr. Wolfson's perspective really takes a sharp turn away from conventional expectations. His direct advice to patients who see those rising numbers: don't panic. Because this rise is entirely expected, he argues it shouldn't be a source of immediate fear. Instead of viewing that upward spike as an instant medical crisis, he frames it as a predictable baseline reset. It's simply a necessary first step before applying his alternative philosophy.
Section 2. Rethinking your cholesterol goals.
The crucial thing to understand here is why those numbers go up in the first place. Dr. Wolfson emphasizes a core biological principle. Your body makes cholesterol for a reason. It's not a mistake, it's a biological necessity. Cholesterol is literally required to get essential jobs done all throughout the human body. We're talking about building cell membranes, producing vitamin D, and creating crucial hormones. By returning to this physiological baseline, he's asking us to totally rethink cholesterol. Not as an inherent enemy, but as a vital tool your body naturally produces to keep you functioning.
Now, what's really interesting here is how Dr. Wolfson uses a bit of dark comedy to drive this point home. He jokes that if you really want your total cholesterol levels to go down to zero, well, you don't need a drug, you can just remove your liver. It's a funny, albeit extreme way to illustrate what he sees as the absolute absurdity of trying to drive lipid levels all the way to the floor. Your liver makes cholesterol because, plain and simple, you need it to live.
This brings us to a really stark contrast in goals. On one side, we have the standard pharmaceutical goal, which is usually laser-focused on driving lipid levels down to incredibly low targets. On the flip side, you have Dr. Wolfson's natural heart goal. He is extremely clear that he isn't trying to compete with statins. Competing to hit the lowest possible number just isn't his objective. Instead, his goal is to find the perfect cholesterol and lipid levels for you by nature. So it's really a debate between artificial suppression versus natural optimization.
Section 3. The natural heart methodology. To actually find those perfect levels naturally, Dr. Wolfson leans on a comprehensive, holistic 6-part lifestyle solution. Let's break down what makes up this approach. First, eat well. This means choosing the right foods, ditching the wrong ones, and even being mindful of your beverages. Second, live well, adopting the right daily lifestyle habits. Third, think well, which focuses heavily on stress reduction and your mental state. Now, to support those 3 core pillars, his methodology brings in advanced testing. Rather than just standard lab panels, he looks much deeper to see exactly what's happening at a cellular level. That data is then paired with evidence-based supplements and modern biohacking strategies. Think optimizing sleep hygiene, managing your light exposure, or using thermal therapies. The key takeaway here is that he doesn't pitch this as a quick fix. It's a complete environmental shift for your entire body.
Section 4. Statin efficacy and longevity.
Now we need to look closely at what the source specifically claims about the actual effectiveness of these medications. According to Dr. Wolfson, pharmaceuticals like statins simply fail to deliver on their primary promises. When looking at the metrics, he asserts that they have barely any impact on actually reducing the risk of major events like heart attacks or strokes. On top of that, he claims they offer very little benefit when it comes to true life extension. Ultimately, his stance is that relying on these drugs leaves way too many people at risk, which is exactly why he advocates so strongly for his alternative lifestyle methodology. All of these elements, rejecting pharmaceutical targets, going all in on holistic lifestyle changes, the advanced testing and biohacking, they all culminate in Dr. Wolfson's ultimate brand promise, the 100-year heart. This is his grand vision of natural longevity. It's the firm conviction that by keeping out the wrong inputs, optimizing your natural levels, and truly trusting your body's innate design, you can build a heart capable of thriving for a full century, completely free from the reliance on pharmaceutical interventions.
And that brings us to a pretty profound question to ponder as we wrap up today's explainer. When it comes down to achieving true longevity and cardiovascular health, is the key to a 100-year heart found in a pharmacy, or is it fundamentally rooted in your daily lifestyle choices? Dr. Wolfson's stance is crystal clear, but it certainly challenges conventional medical wisdom. It leaves us all with a whole lot to chew on regarding how we manage our own health. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and as always, keep asking the big questions.